I'm Sylvain from HMC, and going to talk what we've been trying to work on towards for 1 year is trying to get Nadia to do some running. And so today I'm going to present, and since it's based on Johannes' work, I called it like propaganda for his PhD student planner. And the application is Nadia running, but today just kind of. All right. Yes. There you go. This is where we're at right now. Just trying to run in place and figuring out, identifying like all the issues we're having. Many issues. We started the test about 1 month ago, and so yeah, we had to pop off the arms because, for instance, that was causing problems. We are hoping to put them back on later. All right. On each side, you have a suggestion for hats. All right. In simulation, this is kind of like what I'll be hoping to see someday, or probably not at that speed for a long time. But that controller can generate like more elegant speeds than just like running in space in a clumsy way. This is the paper that I suggest anybody who is interested in doing some running to look at. It is a simple, elegant idea, which I tend to like. The idea is that it's pretty much to encode the COM trajectory during support with polynomials, and using those polynomials you can actually do simple constraints on the different derivatives of it, and you can actually it can actually generate forces that are like human-like, and it's got like a natural like spring-like behavior coming out of it, and it's rather easy to manipulate. The idea is pretty simple once again. You have like a multi-step preview that you can analytically express. You have push recovery right off the get-go. It's 3D, it's real-time, and it's really fast. And yeah, you don't need anything else beforehand. You don't need offline data or whatnot. Some cons as like the usual assumptions of point food, point mass, some parameters that are like non-intuitive, and some limitations that right now we're kind of looking at, which are like being able to control like maximum leg force during support, which is very important once you switch to the robot, and like little things like footstep adjustment. Since it's like a deadbeat controller initially, it can be quite aggressive. Some of the improvements we've been working on, like with respect to the paper, are like how to reduce max leg force. Right now, and I'll show you after, we ended up switching to a constant Z force during the support. Adding like multiple COP center of pressure per support to allow to have a heel to toe kind of motion, considering angular momentum, doing a more smooth step adjustment by spreading it out on multiple steps to have a smoother reaction. And yeah, all right, let's move. This is one of the things that we switched to. Johannes' paper suggests like a smooth continuous force for the support, which seems like, yes, that's what you should probably be doing with your robots. We have a hydraulic robot, and apparently we don't care about impulses, and we discovered that just doing constant force drastically reduce all of our maximum force, and now the robot doesn't sag anymore because we were like saturating our network before, and now we can run in place. Jokes, I'm going to skip on that. One of the things that we're trying to do is trying to get a robot to run that it was never meant to run. The mass distribution on that robot is completely bonkers. You have 12% of the mass right now in that configuration that is located in the lower leg, and when you try to lift up that little guy, it takes quite some effort. One thing that I really want you, if there is one thing I want to talk about, especially after now, whenever, is angular momentum, and see with Johannes we ended up having similar behaviors in the measured angular momentum, and it seems that with very simple model, we could probably like encode most of it. And right now, this is like required to be able to plan for it, such that you can have like better like speed change control, running speed change control, better push recovery. You're just more accurate. Planning for the C1 position is just half the job, pretty much. That's what we see. Yeah, so I really want to talk about this. Another thing that is really important that is covered on Nadia, and that is notably because of the poor mass distribution, is toe-off for running, or at least running in place, is critical, and on Nadia it's actually required. When not toeing off, we'll try to lift up that leg starting from zero velocity, generating insane acceleration. It's just not going to work. That's going to ruin the whole control, the whole flight phase, and we won't be able to position the leading foot where we want it to be. Toe-off allows to decrease that initial acceleration and drastically improve the control of the flight. And this is an overview of the rest of the control. It's basic stuff right now. And all right. And suggestion for beard fashion next time walking, the monkey beard. There you go for whoever wants to participate. And that's it. Thank you.
So for a lot of this, I wonder, did you bring in any insights from Fast Runner?
Absolutely not. No,
But you know, you're talking about toe-off, and sort of like Fast Runner seems to have good toe-off.
Well, the one Fast Runner that we had working well.
Can you tell the audience what that?
Sorry, Art is asking if we're bringing some experience from the Fast Runner project into this running. The Fast Runner was like a open loop, stable bipedal mechanism that was able to run at high speeds. And the one system that we had running called the elliptical runner, that was a smaller one. And that one we had to remove pretty much the toe part because that added lots of complexity to the system actually. So yeah, no, the experience from Fast Runner that doesn't translate here. Yes, and
you said if there's one thing we should remember, angular momentum, blah blah blah. Can you say that in a sentence?
yes. Angular momentum, when you're trying to run, is 50% of the job. It seems that
the job is to regulate it, or the job?
The job is to be able to control the robots in a reliable, robust manner. It seems that we have multiple solutions when it comes to planning the center of mass position, and it seems that we're becoming good at it. But right now, what I'm seeing when testing on the robot is that it is only half the job, and we really need to consider, predict angular momentum, and to properly account for it.
Could you substitute the word attitude of the robot instead of angular momentum?
Attitude of the robot instead. In the case of Nadia, no, because if we're talking about the attitude of the pelvis, for instance, it is completely unrelated to the angular momentum. The angular momentum is mostly generated by the legs. Yes?
Thank you. No more questions.